Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel for another speed build. Today we are building a roommates modern barn house. This is for 3 roommates in total, and this is built in Brindleton Bay on a 30 by 30 lot. So I'm back with another rather huge build. This took me about like 3 days, over a course of 3 days to finish, also because I've been quite busy with some just design work, so I've been like staggering my gameplay times and just trying to make sure that I do a little bit of everything each day. Yeah, so this was actually inspired by a picture I found on, it's either on Pinterest or Instagram. If I still have it, I'll definitely put it up on the screen here. But so this build definitely has like a dark theme going on the outside, on the exterior, but on the inside I try to make it a bit more lively, like bright, a bit more bright, since the outside is already so dark. So yeah, and I actually struggled a lot with the landscaping. I honestly didn't know what it takes to make like a modern barn house, like I mean, at least for the exterior. So even in the interior, I don't think it's entirely modern, just so because there are like 3 roommates living together, and I mean, each of them have different personalities. So I guess you'll get to see it later when we move into the interior. But yeah, so if you're new here, don't forget to click the subscribe button and turn on the notifications button so you'll get notified each time I post a new video. So right now we are just doing a bit of the layout, just floor plan on the interior. There are a total of 3 rooms and 2 bathrooms. So 1 bathroom is on the ground floor, and then the other one is an ensuite on the 2nd level. So because this whole build is actually quite big, I imagine that the sim that is living on the 2nd level and also has the what's that called, the ensuite bathroom as well, that is the sim that pays the most rent in this barn house. And then the other 2, I think it's probably like split evenly between the 2 of them. So one I imagine to be a musician, or just, you know, aspiring musician. The other one is into painting and plants. And then for the last one, who lives on the 2nd level, I honestly have no idea what the sim does. So based on the decoration of the room, how everything was put together, maybe you can come up with something. Or of course, if you download this build, you can always, you know, tweak it to whatever sim you want to live in that room. But yeah, so as you can see, the floor plan is pretty much coming together. I'm just doing a little bit more of, you know, just tweaking here and there. I love that I used the very large door that came with the industrial loft kit. I think it suits this build really well. And then I'm just trying to put, like, you know, mirrors, windows across this entire build. And of course, we are starting on in the kitchen. I'm very excited that I used the countertops from the country kitchen kit, but this time around in another color swatch. This is the one in the darker black swatch, I think. I really like how it just turned out for this entire kitchen. And one thing is, I've actually never done this before, but I placed this shelf that came from Laundry Day. So I placed it in the kitchen, and I thought that could be like, you know, another area where your sims can put stuff there. It could be used as a pantry. I thought it looked really nice here, and when I took the screenshots, I just thought it really fits in here so well. So I took inspiration from the interior floor plan as well. So that's what kind of inspired me to put that that shelf from the Laundry Day kit. And then yeah, I really love the countertops from the country kitchen kit, as well as the fridge. I just think it looks really nice here. And then over here I kind of struggled with the range hood. I wasn't sure what I wanted to use. There was nothing that I felt really suit this kitchen, so in the end I just went with this one that you can see on the screen right now. So the kitchen, I would say, is a pretty decent sized kitchen for 3 people. I imagine they probably cook a lot here. Yeah, so I hope everyone is having a wonderful day so far. It's currently 10 almost 10:30 p.m. for me on a Saturday night. I'm kind of recording this now just so because the entire day I've been feeling really sick. So so this morning when I woke up feeling like I wanted to puke. I don't know if anybody actually experienced this before, but for me, usually when I want to puke, there's always two reasons behind it. So first is I'm actually really hungry and I need to eat. That's why I feel like puking. And when I eat, after eating, it usually like gets better. Otherwise, it could be that I've drank too much coffee, I had too much caffeine intake, and that's the second reason why I would feel like puking. So of course today, the previous day I only drank like 1 cup of coffee, so definitely that wouldn't be the reason why I felt like puking. So I just, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna have breakfast as usual, and then maybe the feeling would go away afterwards. But somehow it didn't happen. It kind of got worse, and it was just like I just couldn't concentrate doing anything. I was actually finishing up the exterior, so halfway while doing it, I just felt like this sudden urge to, just release everything. So I just released everything, and afterwards I did feel good. I felt good afterwards, but I think after a while the feeling came back again, which was really unusual. So I just, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna sleep it out. Maybe it will go away after a while. So that's what I did. I kind of just took another like nap from I think 11 a.m. onwards all the way to like 1:30 p.m. I'm not even sure if I actually slept during this whole time, but I know that once in a while my stomach felt really weird, like there was this ball of fire inside. I have no idea what's going on, man, but it's just, yeah. And honestly, the fact that I know what's happening in my stomach kind of just makes me think that maybe I didn't even sleep properly like during that few hours of nap. So I woke up and I thought I was feeling okay, but afterwards I just felt like puking again. So I puked the second time, and it was horrible. I just puked out all the oats I ate in the morning, and because I had frozen fruits inside, mainly strawberries and blueberries, you can imagine the color of my puke. Yeah, so afterwards I thought like that was it. Like the second time I puked, everything was out. I didn't, like, there's nothing left inside of me to like actually be released out of my body. So you know what, I thought I was good for now. And then I drank water. The thing is, I don't puke out the water that I drink immediately, so I think that is fine. So at least I'm still relatively hydrated, I would say. So afterwards I was just like, I basically puked out everything, so I should probably eat something, right? And I was actually very hungry as well, so I just decided to eat, three biscuits. I had 3 biscuits and then just water. I basically just ate like 3 biscuits and oats today. So, and then the feeling to puke just came back after a few hours, and I was extremely confused at what was going on. I thought it was just gonna be something wrong that I ate in the morning or the day before, and after picking out everything that would be fine. But I didn't know that the biscuits would cause this issue again. So I puked the 3rd time, and this time it was just, oh my god, it was so horrible. I have never puked to the point where I just couldn't breathe. Like, it was so weird. I felt like I was choking. Like, I just couldn't breathe through my nose, and then even through my mouth it felt like something was there. So it was very scary for me for a moment, but I eventually got through it. I managed to get back my breathing, or whatever you call it. I was just like, I was quite traumatized at that point of time, but yeah, I managed to just recover myself, and that's when I realized I should probably go see the doctor, because it was very unusual. This doesn't happen to me at all, actually. So I decided that I would actually see a doctor. So I tried telemedicine and also because my school, because I'm technically still in school, so I do have like insurance covered by the school, and that would mean that my consultation and medication would be free. So I just opted for the telemedicine, because I honestly felt a little bit too weak to be walking to the doctors and to be like waiting there. I wanted to be somewhere comfortable, so that's why I decided to try telemedicine. And that was honestly my first time trying telemedicine. I thought it was really cool, the fact that you can just speak to a doctor from the comfort of your own home and just kind of get a diagnosis and then have your medication delivered to you as well, and that's for free too. The only downside is that I'll only be getting my medications tomorrow morning between 9 to 11 a.m. because they're just too busy today. Somehow they said like oh, this is like the peak hour. I mean, man, is everybody like falling sick now? But yeah, there's another option from 1 to 3 a.m. but honestly I don't think I'll be awake by then, and I don't want to trouble any of my family members to be awake and just receive the medication on my behalf. So I just decided, I'll just go for the 9 to 11, because now that I know that I only puke if I eat, so I'm just not gonna eat for the rest of the day and just drink water to just constantly hydrate myself, since I don't puke out my water. So that's like one thing I'm most grateful for, that I can still drink water and rehydrate myself. So yeah, so I'll only be getting my medication tomorrow. So of course I hope nothing bad happens tonight, and that I'll be able to just sleep through the night. Yeah, and then tomorrow's medication I think there will be some drowsy ones, so I'm hoping to get some work done before I take the medication. But of course I want to prioritize my health, because I'm going on a trip this coming weekend. I'll be going to JB with my boyfriend, so I just want to be like, just be ready and good to go, and to be able to enjoy the food there and enjoy ourselves. So really, I think I'm just going to be putting health first this week until I recover, and hopefully by then I'll be good for the trip. We're going to JB for like 3 days 2 nights, so I'm really excited. This is like the first time in 3 years, I have no idea, like first time in so long since I traveled, and he finally got his passport, so we're both really excited about it, to be honest. So yeah, I really hope nothing bad happens like before that. So I'm just gonna make sure that I get plenty of rest. That's why I wanted to get this video up today, because I'm pretty sure if I take the medication tomorrow, I don't think I have the energy or just be in the right mind to actually finish this voiceover. And since I already had this video, just cut up and edited, and all that was left was just the voiceover, I thought, why not just do this before I sleep? And yeah, so that's what we're doing now. And I think I talked through mainly like the kitchen, the dining area, and then the living room. So this is the first roommate's bedroom that we are decorating, and this is the one that belongs to a aspiring musician. So I placed the keyboard, some guitars, and I just kind of imagine that this roommate isn't super well to do, so I kind of just thought it would be cool to go with this storyline and then use a little bit more rundown bed from Eco Lifestyle. But as you can see, some of the stuff here looks pretty new, like the table. So I imagine that probably he earned some money and decided that he wanted to upgrade his table. Like maybe it was a bit more important than upgrading the bed. To him, maybe the bed is still in a good condition, and he just felt like a table was necessary for him. That's why he went for it. So that's what I went with, and I thought it was pretty cool, because this isn't a storyline that I have ever like went with, like nothing of the sort. So I'm glad I went for it. And I also did because the rooms of the two roommates living on the ground floor are pretty small as compared to the one living on the second floor. I thought, since this build was pretty huge, I thought that we could turn one of the rooms into like a spare room where they can place like their art supplies, and then some more music equipment there, some speakers and whatnot. So later on you'll see that that's a room that I turned into. So yeah, and right now we're just onto the bathroom, so I'll only be just showing one of the bathrooms, because bathrooms are just honestly really boring unless I try to do something a little bit more different. But usually my bathrooms are all the same. But this time around I did go into the debug menu and just look for all like this eyeshadow and eyebrow pencil thing, which I thought was really cool. I actually always forget to use it, but now that I remember, obviously I'm putting it in now. So yeah, so this downstairs bathroom would be used by the roommates living on the ground floor. Of course, if they have friends over, they can also use this bathroom. So yeah, and then now we are on to the second roommate's bedroom. So this is the one who enjoys painting, probably a painter, and this sim also like plants, so I just included quite a bit of plants here, as you can see later on, and also added like an easel here just so the sim can paint here and in the other spare room. I did use this bedside table that came from Blooming Room's kit. Actually, I don't even know if it's a bedside table, but I just placed it there, so it will be a bedside table in this build. So I thought it was really cool. I don't think I've used that enough, so I was really happy that I used it here. As you can see, I included a lot of plants, hanging plants. I also kind of just cluttered up the shelf here. Just some of the necessities that this sim would use, and I don't know if you can see, but this whole room has this sort of blue theme going on. So I was really inspired by the bed, and then afterwards I pulled out this painting that came from City Living, and I was just like, okay, you know what? This entire room has to go with this blue theme. Of course, not everything is blue because I don't want it to be like overly blue, but I just want it to be blue enough to know that there's this blue theme going on. So the table is not blue, the lamp is not blue, but for the most part of it, this room is blue. So I just thought this could be like the Sims' favorite color or something like this. Yeah. I also like that they have this really huge window. I can't remember if this is the one that came with the Industrial Loft kit, or is this from base game? I think it's from base game, I can't remember, but I really like this window. I don't think I've used it enough, or rather I don't even remember using it in the first place or ever using it. So after using it this time around, I think I'll definitely be using it more. And yeah, so over here we're just kind of cluttering up more shelves because I thought that the space there was really empty, and I kind of just wanted to add a bit more stuff in this room to make it a little bit more cluttered. So I added these 2 more shelves on top of these on top of the bedside table. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, so that's about it for this room. I think we are pretty much almost done with the ground level, and then we'll be moving up to the second level. So yes, yes, I wanted to point out that I used these this wallpaper. I believe it's from what is it called, the paranormal stuff pack, the paranormal game pack. I can't remember if it's a stuff pack or game pack or whatsoever, but I really love this dark blue that's going on here. It just kind of just brings out, I don't know, it kind of just makes everything else in the room so much more prominent. I don't know if that's the right word, but yeah, and I really love that I used that there. And then this is the spare room that I was talking about, so I included this honestly I don't even know what's that called, but probably some speakers. Yeah, I think I would call it speakers, so I added speakers, guitars, and then some more art easels, and then a rack to place all the art stuff. So I imagine that this is mostly used by the 2 Sims that live on the ground floor, since their rooms are not very big in the first place. So they probably discussed with the third roommate who lives on the second floor, and just let us use this room to store more things, I guess. So yeah. Oh, one more thing, I used this fish tank that came with cats and dogs. I have never used that before, so it was pretty nice that I used it here. I just thought that I don't know, maybe like the Sims here really love fishes, and somehow they just managed to get it somewhere. I have no idea. Yeah, and at a pretty good price, I would say. So yeah. And originally I had wanted the whole second level to be just rooms, so there wasn't this I have no idea how to put this, but initially in my floor plan, there wasn't gonna be like, the second floor wasn't gonna be entirely filled with rooms. But then I was looking at how this build is just, I don't know, it just kind of feels, it kind of felt like it was getting a bit too repetitive and just too many things going on. So I wanted to just make some space and just turn the second level into something a bit smaller. So that's why I kind of created that, I don't even know what's that word, but you get what I mean, that empty space there. Yes, it might be the stomach flu that's getting to me, and I just can't think of the right term to use for that area. But yeah, so we'll just skip that and just move on to the third Sims bedroom. So for this bedroom, I kind of just wanted to go for something a bit more aesthetically pleasing. So I used the modular shelves from Dream Home Decorator, and I paired with this eco lifestyle bed that looks very much like an IKEA bed, to be honest. It looks really neat. The bed frame just honestly reminds me of IKEA. I have no idea why, but yeah, I thought it would suit this bedroom. I basically cluttered the shelves, the modular shelves, and then added more shelves above the table and just cluttered it up with more items again. And I also played some so-called fairy lights that came with Parenthood. I thought it was a really nice touch. This sim could, honestly, I think just a very studious student, maybe trying to get into law school, or just something, I don't know, maybe into forensics. Talking about that, I recently started this Netflix series. It's called Signal. It's a Korean drama series that I think that was aired in 2015. So I was looking for something to watch on Netflix, just to pass time, and also to have something to watch while eating. So if you didn't know, I always like to watch something while I'm eating. I just prefer to have something to watch while eating. So I started on that, and I was just blown away. I honestly am still blown away at how amazing the whole drama series came together. It's about this guy in the present year, which is 2015. He walked past this rubbish truck, and then he heard like this walkie-talkie suddenly sending signals, and then he just heard this guy over the walkie-talkie calling out his name, and he just picked up the walkie-talkie, and he had like a very brief conversation with this other person who was back in in year 2000, and then he heard a gunshot afterwards, and he was just really confused at how this old walkie-talkie is still working. But subsequently, while working on cases, he's a police officer, a profiler actually. So while working on like some cold cases, he just kept receiving transmissions from this officer from, like, I think as early as 1989 all the way up to 2000. So they were solving cases together and everything. There was this one particular case that kind of just, I don't know, just, it was so heart-wrenching, to be honest. I'm actually not done. I'm not done with the series. I'm still left with, I think, 2.5 episodes. So once I'm done with that, I'll probably let you know how it goes. So yeah, just really, I don't know, it's just really hard to find nice drama series to watch. And I'm actually really surprised that all the drama series that I've watched on Netflix, especially the Korean drama series, it's actually really good. So I'll definitely be watching more Korean drama series. But and the one thing about me is that usually when I start a drama series, it takes me like what, 2 to 3 days, 3 days max to finish the drama series, because I have no self-control. But this time around, I have self-control, and this drama series has been, I don't know, I think I've been watching it for like maybe a week or more than a week already. So this is really an achievement for myself. So I'm really happy that I didn't, just binge watch everything, because old me would have done that. And I think it's also because I do have a lot of things right now, And maybe it's also because that I just have better self-control. So either way, I'm just really happy that I'm not binge watching anymore. So yeah, and we're pretty much done with the exterior. I did kind of just create this balcony area on the second level. So yeah, I just wanted something extra on the back. I didn't want the front and the back to look like exactly the same, so I kind of just put in this balcony here, added a small table with 3 chairs. I imagine the roommates could be up here, just enjoying the scenery, maybe having a drink, have heart-to-heart talks. And I did imagine that this household would have pets. I'm not too sure whether it's a dog or a cat, but I do have litter box. I think I do have litter box throughout the house. If it's a dog, I think it doesn't matter because your dog can do its business outside. It's just cats that they have to do it with the litter box. So yeah, and we are now on to the exterior, which really took me quite some time to just make it come together because I honestly wasn't sure what I wanted to do. So initially I wanted to make it really I just wanted to box up all the plants because I thought modern to me means it should look really tidy instead of being overgrown. But then I was thinking like, what, it can always be this modern looking house, but it's nestled within all these just overgrown plants. Honestly, it isn't really overgrown. It just looks lush and just not really tidy. So I don't know if you understand what I mean, but you know what I mean, right? Yeah. So on the right side of this build, I kind of created this platform where the Sims living here can enjoy barbecue. There's sitting area on the outside. What else? Yeah, and then on the left side, I kind of placed in like a pond. I just thought it would be really cool. The only other time I kind of included pond in my build was the one where I built a jungle adventure vacation home or something like this, and even for that it was a pretty small pond. So for this one, the pond is really big, and I really like that I added the pond there. I just thought it kind of fits like better with this entire modern barnhouse look that I was going for. And honestly, it was also because I had no idea what to do with the other side of the build. So yeah, and for this build I did include like much more trees than I usually would, just because I wanted to make it look like it's nestled within like the foresty area. Yeah, so you'll be able to see that later. So I did place down a bench and then just sitting area on the outside. I thought it would be nice if the Sims here can just have heart-to-heart talks on the outside at night, enjoy the night sky. And I really love these couches from Island Living. They just look really modern and nice, and everything in this house isn't very matchy. You can see that in the living room it looks a bit more industrial looking, and then when you go in the kitchen it looks a bit more farmhouse-ish. And then just there's a mix and match of everything. Like I mentioned earlier, there are like 3 Sims living here, so I imagine that not all of them have the same vibe going for each of them. So yeah, it's only the exterior that looks a bit more modern. Yeah, but I hope you like it either way. Yeah, so right now here we're just cluttering up this coffee table and then adding more trees, and then I did fence up this area afterwards. At the back I did place down this basketball hoop. I've never used that before, but I thought it would be pretty cool to add in here. And then I also added this bubble machine at the back. It was like it's like a very secluded corner, so it's like I don't even know why I did that. It just kind of reminds me of like shisha. I don't know what it's called in the States, but in Singapore we used to have this thing called shisha. It's where you just honestly I don't even know exactly what it is, but it's basically like smoking through like a shared pipe or something like this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we used to have that in Singapore. But then I think when I was in secondary school or something like this, they kind of just banned it, and there wasn't any more shisha establishments in Singapore. So you can only do that in other countries, in other Asian countries, I think. But yeah, the bubble machine in The Sims always reminds me of like the shisha, and I thought like, since it's, you know, illegal and maybe it isn't like something that people think it's very just something nice to share with others, I just kind of placed it at a secluded area, and I thought it was really cool that I thought it was really funny and cool that I did that. But yeah, I haven't like done gameplay with I just haven't done gameplay with that bubble machine before, but I'm actually quite curious how it works. So yeah, and this is the pond that I was talking about. It's pretty big. I felt like, honestly, it felt very repetitive trying to get all the plants here. I didn't use any plants from debug, just because I was actually quite lazy, and at this point of time was also where I just felt really weak and sick from all the puking and whatnot. So yeah, and then over here I did place down some planter boxes, so you'll be able to see that later. And over here I placed down the bubble machine, and I think another seating area, just like a small 3-seater bench, and then the basketball hoop. So yeah, will be coming, screenshots will be coming up very soon. So if you like this build, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you have any suggestions of any builds that I should be building in my next few videos, do let me know in the comment section below. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.